Okay, this is Talk to You Tuesday, but I got to come back full circle from Sucker Punch Saturday when I was basically talking about, just to kind of paraphrase it, about you have a lot of people in your life that are so quick to easily step on your toes. And, and I gave you kind of like various types of people on a psychological scale. Go back and watch Sucker Punch Saturday. And I told you then that I'll kind of outline it and explain it more in Spiritual Sunday. So I done bypassed Spiritual Sunday because I haven't done what I said I was going to do. Please forgive me because I've been busy. And now we're at Talk to You Tuesday. So I'm going to talk to you about what my intentions were to really get you to understand what I wanted to say. On Spiritual Sunday, what I was going to come to you was from the book of Matthew and the book of Luke, since they are synoptic gospels, and talk about Jesus and how he viewed family. Now, you have to understand when you're listening to me talk about the Bible, I'm talking to you from an illuminated or an enlightened perspective, where in the Bible, the core character, Jesus, is you. You are Jesus, the anointed one, the burden removing, yoke destroying power of God. You are the power of God. You are God. And from Genesis all the way to Revelations is just a rendition about your life as you're growing and you're having a spiritual growth, as you're raising your carnal being up into the human aspect of God and learning that God is within you and that you are the one that is the central character and in control, and that the kingdom that is at hand is at your hand right here. You can touch it and you feel it, that you are the living and the breathing and the walking God. And you should have the power of God to do those things that you call to be done. And that the revelation and the revealing is the fact that you were able to understand and see and go up and understand that who God is really you. And all you need to be concerned about is the power, the dunamis, the burden removing, yoke destroying power that you have. So, given that that is the basis of my context in speaking, now, I want to go back to when Jesus was talking and trying to get you to understand about family, so y'all can start walking around here being sad and silly sorry about something your mama did and your daddy did and your auntie and your granny or your brothers or your sisters did when you were younger and you didn't come to the full knowledge of the Lord, when you were still living in your material life as a carnal being. And understand that as you grow spiritually, that you must have a rebirth. A rebirth. We talked about it in the Bible with Nicodemus. Now, Nicodemus is a professor. He didn't get it, so if you don't get it, I kind of understand. But the rebirth is rebirthing into your spiritual world. You coming to know who you are or who you were before you were manifested into your carnal being. So, with having that as an understanding, because Jesus had that understanding that he was God in the flesh. So, his thing was like, I'm not worried about the carnal aspect of family. What I'm concerned is about the spiritual aspect of family. And who my family is these disciples, these people that are right here with me, that are for me, that are not against me, that are with me, that are not away from me. And so when he was talking in the book of Matthew about his mother, who is my mother, but those who do the will of the Lord, he was seriously talking about the spiritual people in his life are the ones that are not just with him, but the ones that are one with him. So going back to the story, because I like to tell this story in my own particular way, Jesus was at the party and he was turning water to wine. And his mother was, sit them over there, baby, do your thing, turn that water to wine, and, let's show these people what my baby can do and all this stuff. You know how we mamas are, we so proud. And so he did it. And then he left on to be about his father's business with his disciples. And she was kind of calling him back to come to the party. And it was like, look, yo, bro, Jesus, your mama calling you. And he was like, look here, look, Who is my mother? But those who do the will of the Lord. But see, that's the rendition that Matthew kind of soft. He is soft disciple. Okay? That's your soft side of the Bible. Now let's get to your hard side, your hood side. That's Luke. Because Luke bring it to you on your hood side, your hood personality. Luke was like, who my mother, my father, my brother, my sister, my granny, my uncle, you know, who is these people? Who are these people? Those who do the will of the Lord. And the will of the Lord is the will of you, your will. You are the Lord of the land. If you don't do my will, you ain't with me. And see, that's why I like that song. You know, it's talking about who you with, who you with, who you with, get crunk, who you with, who you with. Who you with? Who with you? Because whoever you with should be on one accord. It's like this parable that my husband had told me. African parable. He said, how can somebody say they love you and they don't love your dog? And that really touched me because I'm a serious animal lover. Particularly, I love dogs. How can you say you love me and you don't love my dog? How can you say you love me and you don't love a lot of aspects about me? You don't like my lifestyle. You don't like what I do. You don't like how I talk. You don't like a lot of things about me, but your ass always want to be with me. You know what I'm saying? You ain't my mother, you ain't my father, you ain't my brother, my sister, unless you down with me, unless you doing what I want to do, unless you doing what I want you to do, if you really want to get growth. It's with you doing what I want you to do. If the people ain't in your life, ain't moving on the stage like you want them to be, and you the Tyler Perry of your life, baby, rewrite the script. Who you with? Get crunk. Who you with?